Dear students, now we are going to discuss about electric potential at a point due to a point charge. Okay, right. Now we can move to the topic. Here, what we are going to discuss, due to a point charge, how much electric potential is differed. That is, we are going to discuss. To understand that concept, we can see the diagram first. Now, let us see that diagram. Okay, so understand this concept of electric potential. We are taking the charge, source charge, that is equal to plus Q. So from this charge plus Q, we are considering at a distance of R another one point that is equal to P. So at this point, what is the amount of electric potential will be produced? That is, we are going to discuss here. Right. Now I wrote the consideration here. Then after I wrote the electric potential at the point P. So what is the formula for electric potential? Already we have seen the previous topic, that is nothing but V is equal to integral infinity to R minus E vector dot dr vector. What is the another one formula we have discussed? Potential difference, that is nothing but del U is equal to integral R to P minus E vector dot dr vector. So this is for potential difference, this is for potential. So we have to clear about the formula, right? So in this case, we are discussing about electric potential at the point P due to the point charge. So this is the general formula. V is equal to integral infinity to R minus E vector dot dr vector. Okay, what is the next step we have written? That is nothing but minus is taken out, E vector dot dr vector. Then due to the electric field, due to the positive charge or due to the point charge, what is the amount of electric field? Already we have discussed in the previous video, electric field due to the point charge, that is given by E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into Q by R square. Otherwise, in the vector form, we can write E vector is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into Q divided by R square into R cap. Okay. Otherwise, we can use K for 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Okay, it is also correct. Now, by substituting the value of E in the equation number 1. Okay, so here E value is substituted here. So how can we write? It is given the third equation. What is the value? It is given by minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught infinity to R Q by R square into R cap. Now here we have substituted the value of electric field 1 by 4 by epsilon naught Q divided by R square into R cap into dr. Minus sign, it is already given in the formula. What is the formula? Minus integral E vector dot dr vector. Instead of E only, we are substituting in that 1 by 4 pi epsilon is common, so it is taken out. Remaining Q by R square, it is in the integral part. Okay, right. Now in this third equation, we have to understand this is K value constant. Then Q is the source charge, it is also constant, so it can be taken out. Okay, then what will be the remaining? Here we have to understand that one R cap is there, then dr vector is there. So dr vector, it can be written as dr vector is equal to dr into R cap divided by otherwise we can write dr into R cap. Okay, so here we are taking this value R cap into R cap. So otherwise I will explain once again. This dr vector is given by dr into R cap. What is R cap? R cap is nothing but unit vector. So this can be rearranged, this dr into R cap. So dr into R cap, already R cap is there. So what is R cap into R cap? R cap is the unit vector. Unit vector is equal to 1. Its magnitude is 1. So R cap into R cap is equal to what? 1. Then it will be cancelled. Okay, it will be removed. Actually 1, it is not necessary to mention there. That's why we are changing dr vector is equal to dr into R cap. Okay, so here you have to understand already R cap was there, and dr vector, it is rearranged as, how it was rearranged, dr into r cap into r cap is equal to 1. So it is not necessary to mention unit vectors. Clear? Right. So here q divided by r square into dr. So q is the source charge, it can be taken out. Here 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, it is given by k. So what will be the remaining in the integral part? Infinity to r, 1 by r square into dr. When r square is brought to the numerator, it can be given by r power minus 2. So one more step, otherwise you can understand. For you I am writing again, is equal to minus k into q into integral infinity to r power minus 2 into dr. If you are not understanding means you can write this step. Okay, are you clear? Right. Now we can move to the next. What is the next integral part? Okay, we know that integral x power n dx is equal to what? X power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. Okay, what is the value given to us? That is nothing but integral r power minus 2 into dr. So what is n here? N is equal to what? Minus 2. So from the formula, what is the formula? Integral x power n dx is equal to x power n plus 1 by n plus 1. So according to our condition, it will be given by minus 2. Okay, so minus 2 plus 1 x. What is x here? R. So r power minus 2 plus 1, in denominator also minus 2 plus 1. That is explained here. Are you clear? Right. Now minus q into 4 pi epsilon naught into r power minus 2 plus 1 by minus 2 plus 1. The limit value, that is equal to, what is the limit value there? Limit value is equal to infinity to r. Okay, so minus 2 plus 1 is equal to what? Minus 1. In denominator minus 1. So r power minus 1, in this step you have to remember r power minus 1, it can be written as 1 by r. Already in denominator minus 1 is there. That's why 1 by r into 1 by minus 1 is equal to what? 1 by r. It is explained here. Are you clear? Okay, that is given here. That is equal to minus q by 4 pi epsilon naught into 1 by minus 1 by r into infinity to r. Then we can substitute the limit. First upper limit minus 1 by, we have to substitute r, that is equal to minus 1 by r, minus of lower limit minus 1 by infinity. So minus of minus, it can be taken as plus. So what will be the remaining in the next step? In next step it will be given by, in the next step it will be given by minus 1 by r, minus of minus plus, so we can write 1 by infinity. Anything by infinity is equal to what? 0. That's why I wrote here 1 by infinity is equal to 0. What will be remaining? Minus 1 by r will be there. So minus q by 4 pi epsilon naught into minus 1 by r. Minus of minus, it will be plus. That's why the next step we can write v is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into q by r. Then important points from this topic is nothing but, if the source charge is positive, the potential, it is always greater than 0. Then if the charge is negative, then v is also negative. So for positive charge, potential difference is positive. That is given by 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into q by r. This is for positive charge. Suppose the source charge is taken as negative minus q, then v is equal to minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into q by r. So this is the formula for negative charge. But in the calculation, if they are asking in problem, you need not to worry about whether it is a positive and or negative charge. But in theoretical question, if they are asking for positive charge, what is the potential difference, means it should be given as v is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r. For negative charge, it should be given as v is equal to minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r. Okay, this is the first important point. Then next one is nothing but it is clear that the electric potential at a point due to a positive charge decreases as the distance increases, because V is directly proportional to 1 by R. Okay, from the previous formula we can see that either it is a positive charge or negative charge, it is well known that V is inversely proportional to R. V is inversely proportional to R. What about remaining 1 by 4 pi epsilon? It is constant. Source charge, it is constant. So V is inversely proportional to R. V is inversely proportional to R. So that if the distance increases, potential value will be decreases. If the distance decreases, potential value it will be increases. It is inverse proportion. It is given in the next point. What they have given there? It is clear that for the point charge, the electric potential at a point due to the positive charge decreases as the distance increase. Why? Because inversely proportional. But for the negative charge, it is an important thing here. For the negative charge, electric potential increases with the distance increases. That is direct proportion. Why? Here V is inversely proportional to, or is proportional to 1 by R, minus 1 by R. That minus represents if V increases, that means if distance increases, V will be increases. If the distance decreases, V will be decreases. If there is no minus sign, means we can say that it is inverse proportion. Because you have to well clear in these 2 points. First part is nothing but it is discussing about positive charge. What is the formula? 1 by R. It is proportional to 1 by R. So that we have to understand this is inverse proportion. Then for second case, we have to understand, since V is inversely proportional to, is proportional to minus 1 by R, we have to understand that this is direct proportion. For the negative charge, direct proportion. For the positive charge, inverse proportion. Okay, these are the points we have to remember. The next point is nothing but electric potential at infinite distance, V is always equal to 0. Already we have discussed in the previous topic also. So this is also important 1 mark question. Then next one is second point. This is important 1 mark, important twisted 1 mark. Then we can move to the next point, that is nothing but in the case of gravitational force, the mass moves from the point of higher gravitational potential to, actually higher gravitational potential should be there, note it, higher gravitational potential should be there, make a note. So in the case of gravitational force, the mass of the object, or if you are considering any object of mass m, it will be moved from the higher potential to lower gravitational potential. Similarly, in the case of electrostatic potential also, the positive charge moves from higher potential to lower potential. Higher potential means higher electrostatic potential to lower electrostatic potential. But for the negative charge, the charges are moving from lower electrostatic potential to higher electrostatic potential. Are you clear? Here you have to understand, for the negative charge, the charge move from the point lower electrostatic potential to higher electrostatic potential. These are the important points. Then next point is nothing but the electric potential at a point P due to the collection of point charge. Instead of single point charge, if there is a system of point charges given, means then what is the total electric potential? How can we calculate? There we have to use the superposition principle. What is meant by superposition principle? Algebraic sum of the electric potential at a point due to the individual charges. Okay, that is given here, equal to the sum of the electric potential due to the individual charges. Okay, right. How can we understand that? It can be explained from this diagram. So here we can understand that P is the point. So in this point P, we are assuming that there are n number of charges q1, q2, q3, q4, qn with different distances r1, r2, r3, r4, rn. What is the electric potential at this point P? That is we are going to calculate. It is also calculated by the superposition principle. Okay, by using this superposition principle, how can we calculate the electric potential? It can be given by superposition, means we are going to add all the electric potential due to the individual charges. It is given by k into q1 divided by r1. Instead of writing 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught in each step, I am using k. Okay, k is constant, it is common for all the terms. So it is written as k into q1 divided by r1, k into q2 divided by r2, k into q3 divided by r3, k into q4 divided by r4. It will be go on. And for nth charge, we can write k into qn divided by r power n. Okay, if n number of charges are there, means it is not possible to write in a paper. That's why we can use the summation method. In the summation equation, we can write is equal to k is constant for all the terms, so it can be taken out. Remaining summation of I is equal to 1 to n qi divided by ri. What is qi? Qi is nothing but ith charge. Ri is nothing but ith distance of the ith charge from the point P. Okay, otherwise the total potential V total, it can be given by 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into sigma I is equal to 1 to n into qi divided by Ra. Just the difference is nothing but I substitute the value of k, that's it. Okay, so this is the total potential at a point due to a system of point charges. Okay, then I have explained what is R1, R2, R3, Rn, Q1, Q2, Q3 and Qn. Okay, so this is also important question. So from these three topics, definitely we can expect the questions. We cannot avoid this topic. So again and again you can watch carefully this video, and if you are having any doubt you can ask. Based on these videos, I will post the homework and problem for you. You just try to solve all the questions with honest, because even though I am not teaching the problem, separate problem, most of the people, you are doing the problem very well. Okay, after the completion of this electric potential part, I am going to give the problems to you, how we have to solve the problems, how we can identify the formula for each problem, how we can remember the formula for first chapter. Everything I am going to give you through the video. So better you should not avoid the video. You should download the video. Whenever you are having the doubt, you can go through that, you can watch it. If you are having any doubt, immediately you can call me. I am ready to help you, but you should listen carefully, then only you can answer all the questions. Okay, thanks for watching and prepare well. Do the homework at your home with your honest. Okay, thank you, thanks for watching.